Good afternoon to you. This is the shepherd coming to you. I want to talk to you for a few minutes about the rapture to the tribulation. I don't know how much thought you ever have put in on the rapture or the catching away of the church. We find that you won't find rapture in the Bible at all, but you'll find the catching away there in Thessalonians 4. But we're going to talk about the tribulation period, from the rapture to tribulation. We're going to look at Revelations 5, 1 through 14, where we see in this here particular chapter, we see Christ in another of his glories. The Lamb who opens the book, the only one that was worthy, as the Bible talks about, is the only one that was worthy to open the book. This book contains 7 seals, and really it's the secret of the chapters that is to take place, that is to come. The key to the entire book of Revelation. This book is man's sin mortgage, contain the terms by which Adam's lost estate can be redeemed. And only through Christ can we be redeemed. Only through Christ will we stand here in the time of the rapture. Only the saved, only the redeemed of the Lord. And here we look at in this particular chapter here, the 4th chapter, we saw John was on earth appearing into the portals of heaven. But now we see John, where the Lord said, "Come up hither." We see him in heaven, and we see the church here at this particular time. And he's watching all that is transpiring before him. And when I say we see the church here, we look at the 24 elders, symbol of the old covenant and the new covenant of the entire church here, the entire church, the redeemed of the Lord here. We look at these as being the church. That's why I said we could see the church in heaven. And in this particular chapter here, we see that he's got a book. And the book is in God's right hand. Right hand represents authority and power, which it speaks of authority. And the verse 1 says, "And I saw in his right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within, and on the backside sealed with 7 seals." Well, really, in that culture, in that time, they didn't have a book like we have, a front page and a back page, back and front. It was more or less parchment papers rolled up, and each one of the pages had a seal on it. This was the 7 seals. And these 7, which signifies completement. Number 7 signifies completeness, perfection in the Lord. And it contains, it contains of the chapters which is to follow. It begins to reveal the things which is to take place shortly after the book is opened. And when it is opened, the word says, when it is opened, the heavens and the earth, perfection has begun. In other words, the perfection and the cleansing of sin has really begun to take place. Verse 2 says, "And I saw strong angels proclaiming with a loud voice, Who is worthy to open the book, to loose the 7 seals thereof?" Who is worthy? And no man in heaven, nor in earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look thereupon. And it was said, No man. And John began to burst in tears, showing compassion for man's estate. And I wept much, because no man was found worthy to open and to read the book, neither to look thereupon. And it must have been really a time of sorrow for John at that hour. And no doubt about it, he had read the Old Covenant, book of Daniel 4 and 7 and 12, really speaks about the latter days. And he was pretty well in knowledge for that, and so he knew what was fixing to take place when the book was to be opened. And it was really a time of grief and sorrow, I'm sure, for John at that point in time. And it was spoken, said, only Jesus is worthy. He is the only one that could pay the mortgage, the sin mortgage, in other words. Jesus is the only one that could reach God and man. You know, he's our mediator that stands between us and the Father today. When you need something to go in prayer or meditation, when you want to come into the presence of the Lord, it has to be through Christ. He is the only way. Because the word says he says, I am the way, the truth, and the life, and then no man cometh to the Father except by me. We find that in John 14:6 there. So Jesus is the way. He's the only way that we can reach the Father, and only through him. Worthy and willing and able to redeem the world. It was on the shoulders of Christ when he was on the cross. And when he was in the garden, he said, Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me, but not my will, but your will be done. And we find here that Jesus is willing now to finish up what he had started, to redeem the whole world. And thousands will be saved even at this point. Even at this point, people will begin to come to the Lord. This is after the rapture has taken place now. Well, anyway, verse 5 says, and one of the elders said unto me, weep not, behold, the lion, the tribe of Judah, the root of David, has prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals. We find within this book, it says the 7 horns is the fullness of power, the 7 eyes is the fullness of knowledge, and the Lamb is a symbol of redemption. We find here he's the only one worthy to open the book and to redeem all that was lost by Adam's fall. He paid the price on Calvary for us on this here. Verse 6 says, and I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne are the 4 beasts, and these are 4 cherubims, by the way, and it has been said by some Bible scholars that they were God's more or less body guards, more or less. But anyway, it says that in the midst of the elders stood a lamb, and that had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of God sent forth to all the earth. Jesus was sinless on Calvary. Jesus was powerful at the resurrection. Satan refuses to lose his hope. Christ must take it by force. The devil don't want to turn loose of it, but he's lost the battle anyway. Verse 7 says, and he came and took the book out of the right hand of him that sat upon the throne. And at this point here, heaven praised to God and to the Father. And all fell before Jesus, singing a new song. The angels, the redeemed of the Lord, and they praise God. So we see here in verse 8, it says, and when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and the 4 elders fell before and cast their crowns upon the ground at the foot of the Father, having every one of them harps and golden vials full of odors, and which are the prayers of the saints. And they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof, for thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to God by the blood of every kindred and tongue and people and nations. And this is the church we're looking at here now in this particular verse, 9th verse. This is the church. Verse 10 says, and has made us unto our God kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. This is the church. This church that only the Lord has brought forth at this point in time. So we were redeemed, and at this point in time, we have the earth was redeemed, the folk on rapture was redeemed, and given back to the church. All right, hope you have a good day. Be blessed, let the Lord take a liking to you. If it's ministered to you at all, look over there and ring the little bell over there, and it won't cost you nothing just to subscribe to maybe the next message that comes up. All right, have a great day. Be blessed, and we're gone. All right.